What's up, everybody? Small Arms Combatives. I'm going to do a little live sewing here and just sewing a rigger's belt. Rigger's belts are basically gun belts. This one here is going to be Coyote's plain. It's going to have a Coyote 1.75 inch cover buckle on it. And so we're just going to sew these, show you how it's done. Shouldn't take that long or anything like that. And so sit back and enjoy the show. I think I might need to get another bobbin going. Something I should have thought about before I started the video. But anyways, we've been busy. We're doing chest rigs, slings, mag pouches, war belts, EDC belts come out of here all the time. So we've been staying pretty busy. Leave some stuff in the comments. You got a question about something, throw that in the comments as well. This type of gun belt was pretty much the standard before the operator belts that everyone usually uses now, like your inner and outer belt. So these can be had with hook Velcro on the inside, loop Velcro on the inside. So it would depend on what kind of inner belt you wanna run. Let's check out our tension. Make sure we got the knot buried. I'm gonna put a little bit more tension on that. But this is type 13 webbing. It's pretty much used for gun belts. It's been the standard for gun belts for a long time. All of our belts are available on the website. So should you be interested in any of the belts that we make, smallarmscombatives.com. Once you're there, you can shop for belts there, or there's a link to our gear shop. So sacgearshop.com. So right here, when I get to the end, I want to clip that thread. That way it doesn't get sucked into the machine or anything like that. So that's the thread that we had when we started sewing this anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack this part here really good. And then I'm going to find where I think center is. We like to put 5 rows of stitching down our belts. Just something that we've always done. So I'm going to find center there. And that looks about right. Alright, so we're going to back up and we're going to roll with it. So this is a 1 3/4 belt. Rigger's belt, gun belt. Turn it around. This is going to go for the 4th pass now. So we put 5 lines of stitching in our belts. And that it does make it more rigid. The more lines of stitching that you put, it does actually make it more rigid. So I think there's where I want it. It's just right. All right, got a question about something? Throw that in the comments. This is a resin reinforced Type 13 webbing, and it's pretty much the standard for a long time as far as gun belts go. This one here will not have Velcro on the inside. It's just going to be used as a gun belt. Alright, so there's 5 rows of stitching right there in the belt. And whenever we cut through, we always take a lighter. We singe it right then and there. That's kind of our way that the sewer can QC the process. So it's already been clipped and burned right there. Okay, so the way this belt's gonna get sewn is we always double up the belt, and then the buckle will actually go on like this, and then we'll sew this part in. There's a lot of manufacturers, they'll just double this up, and honestly, these buckles are about $30 now because of inflation, I guess, but the price of everything has gone up. So we came up with the idea of, if we ever get a belt return, and we don't keep a lot of these belts in stock, they're all made to order, so this is pretty stiff when you have those 2 layers sewn together. What we can do is we can actually just sew in this part, or we can Velcro it. And if you're not going to be, strapping yourself into a helicopter or something like that, then there's no need to have a D-ring on it. However, if this were sewn in, and we could put a D-ring in it, you could certainly clip yourself into a helicopter. That would be very easy to do. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to make this Velcroable. That'll give the end user the option to remove that buckle should they want to. A lot of law enforcement belts are that way. It can be done this way. It'll work just as long as you ain't going to be using it for strapping yourself into a helicopter. Then that would open up a whole nother can of worms there that we need to make sure that belt is sewn for that kind of use. Alright, so I'm going to sew in this Velcro here. This is where the buckle will go in at. And if you're just joining us, we're sewing a rigger's belt. It's like an old school rigger's belt. And I can hear that bobbin. It's going to be time to change the bobbin soon. So once we get around here, this is the thread that I started with. I'm actually going to clip that. Go ahead and burn it. That's our way of QCing. That way we don't have product with threads on it. It goes out the door. Clipping that thread, it also keeps it from getting caught in the machine. So. That is, this is going pretty quick for making a rigger's belt. So now we're going to sew on the hook Velcro part, and that'll go down here. The buckle will go on, it'll fold over, and now we have a way to remove the buckle should we want to. So that's how that works. I've made the mistake a few times of actually sewing this damn thing on the wrong side. And then you realize, oh, dang it, that's what I did. So, okay. We managed not to screw this one up either. So, anyways. Alright, so we're going to run this through. I really feel like I need to change that bobbin. It's getting pretty close. I can hear it ringing in there. Yep, that's empty. That was empty before we started. Alright, so to change bobbin on this machine and on most industrial machines, you can actually run a bobbin and sew at the same time. All right, so there's our new bobbin. Stick that one in there, this one here, go back in the collection. Draw that bobbin up from the bottom. I just take like my scissors and pull that out of there. I want to make sure that we got plenty of thread, and back to work. So whenever we're sewing stuff, we do things fast. You know, time is money. We set the price on things. You have a business and you already are giving people a quote on something, and let's say you quote them, hey, it's going to take 2 days to do this landscaping project, and then you factor in, you know, the help that you need to pay people, or or the cost of materials, and then you go over that time where now you're not making the money that you thought you would. So, go ahead and keep this machine sewing at full speed just as much as we can. Alright, so yeah, we set the price on things, so whenever it's sewn, it does need to be sewn properly, but we want to set the price on things. We can't take longer than it's supposed to sew it. It's not good for business there. Okay, so basically how this works is the buckle goes through just like so. This part here velcros. That's going to go on the inside. Okay. Goes through the buckle, and we'll cut a little angle over there on the hot cutter. But goes through that the Cobra buckle. We like this type 13 webbing because it's super adjustable there. But that is how you sew a rigger's belt. And as you can see, the way we sew it, there's 5 lines of stitching. It does make it a little stiffer. This particular version here just doesn't have any Velcro on the inside. It's going to be ran as just simply a like a gun belt. But this is like a resin reinforced type 13 webbing, and so we just sew 2 layers of it together. And this is going to be ran through a like a war belt, and so that's how you sew a basic rigger's belt. So I hope everyone enjoyed the show. Hope everyone had fun. You see us tune in on live again with the sewing. Join us, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you hadn't checked us out yet, here at SmallArmsCombatives.com, where we sell all this fantastic made in USA gear. And everyone have a great day. Over and out.